I'm just going to press record now and wonder if everyone can pick up that bloody dog. How do I make the TV go? How do I make the Apple TV work up here? My God, hang on. Hello.
Hello.
It's a Chromecast, not an Apple TV, for God's sake. And it was in a HDMI4. Because I've been messing around.
Oh, it's all Rob's fault.
I've got, I think I might have linked it to you, like a £30 composite to HDMI converter.
Yes, I remember
And
you
it's
sending
really good. Genuinely really good. The best one I've seen a few.
Okay.
And it can change between 480, 720 and 1080. It's got a little switch. And it's... bloody dog.
It's really going for it
I
tonight.
think you might not pick it up. The SNES comes through really good on it, and so does the Mega Drive.
Nice.
Whereas they don't normally come through very well on some, and particularly the SNES is a classic one for not coming through very well.
Yeah, they always look pretty pony on most of those things.
And it's also on a massive television, which also is like a big faux pas. You know, when I had the slightly smaller one, it's going to make me sound like I'm a right fucking snob with stuff, but I got a TV from a client because they were going to bin it, and I was like, don't bin it, I'll just take it. And I got the motherboard repaired for £100 from a repair place. So it's a 42-inch 4K Samsung for £100.
Can I just interject though? There are so many things you can do to fix most TVs, especially modern TVs. So Jem, when she lived at her flat, had I can't think of which make it was now. It was either a Toshiba or a Panasonic TV. I think it was a Toshiba TV, and the backlight went on it. Mm-hmm. And I went over, I put my torch against the screen, and it's like, oh no, the picture's still there. It's just the backlight's gone.
Yeah.
I think it cost me £25 on eBay to buy a replacement backlight. It took me 20 minutes to get the back off, put the new one in, and screw it back together. Boom, done. I'm not an electrician at all. It was piss easy though, and that TV lasted for another 3 or 4 years. I
used to solder the pots onto LG power boards because that's always what would go. We'd all always buy LGs. Me, Miranda, a few friends of mine, Chris and Jane used to buy. Yeah, and Jane's one, I think I repaired hers twice over the years because the pots would just go on it and just open up, put the pots in. The pots you'd buy like 50 of them for like £3.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just solder new ones on, off you go. And they're really easy to see because they'd literally be blown.
It's just, it's really annoying that people just throw away things like that because it is so easy to fix a lot of them. I know they're not meant to be serviceable by you, but they've been made pretty serviceable.
Yeah, some of them, TVs aren't that bad. I don't know really about OLEDs and stuff now. I've never had to repair any
No, and things with that dynamic. Well, so I've got one of those LED TVs that's got the area dimming, so if there's no picture on there, it dims it. And you've seen it in my office.
Yeah, it's great.
It's almost like an ammo LED. It's almost as black and as dark. It's really nice. I'd hate to see what the lighting behind that's like.
Yeah, when those things go wrong, they do go wrong.
Oh, absolutely. But the TVs we can buy cheap that most people have in like bedrooms and stuff, you can fix them.
Yeah.
Enter authorization code.
That was an interesting start to the Star Trek.
That's a bit of a random start to a Star Trek podcast, granted.
Almost cold open-ish, but without the jokes. So what have you been up to?
Fuck all. Work. It really has just been work, and I've just been writing some sporadic bits of code that we suddenly needed because we started a new project, and we thought, rather than just wing it and build what we need through kind of mouse clicks and stuff, let's actually do what we do after we've built it and seen it work, and just build it from scratch in code first. And then once we know it's working from that point, it's easier to roll out. Instead, how we previously, as I said previously, we normally do things, we just launch things like Azure Portal, we'll create what we need in there, and then we'll work it out later if that works for what they need. And we did it a different way. So it's been a bit of a busy week. So I've not watched any TV, I've not watched any sci-fi, not watched any films. I think the last film I watched was with Jem, and we watched The Menu, which has nothing to do with sci-fi, but it's a bloody good film. It's
looks
weird.
Good, yeah.
Weird as hell. Ralph Fiennes in it is amazing.
That's the one where they all go to the place, isn't it?
That's it. They go to his restaurant,
the trailer
and
after
it's a little bit weird, and things start not going wrong. It's all for a purpose, but
is it a bit Knives Out-y? Not the comedy, but the kind of principle of it, like Knives Out, they all go to one place and they all start getting murdered.
Basically, yeah, they've all gone there, but they don't really know the reason they're there. Or they all think they're there because they love this restaurant and they love this chef and it's impossible to get a table. What none of them realise is that they've all contributed in some way. It's almost a little bit like Saw.
Okay.
Which is weird to say when it's such a complete opposite of film style. But in Saw, the original Saw, if you remember it, the two people are and in fact all the people in Saw, the reason that he's captured them and he's done these things to them is to remind them what life is about and not to waste what they have. And in the menu, he's basically everybody's in there he sees as a failure of humanity and why he doesn't want to really be a chef anymore.
Yeah.
So weird, but it's really good, really worth watching. It's on Disney Plus at the moment.
You just saw what happened then.
I did. I just saw the world's smartest dog open the door and then come, ha ha, daddy, I've opened the door.
He's not the clever one.
Oh, he's not the clever. He's learning.
Yeah, he's learning.
He's learning, people. He's learning.
Sorry, that was Link just opened the door. All right. Well,
When it's normally
sliding
Loki.
door. It's normally Loki, yeah.
Loki the banana stealer.
Yeah, so it's not my turn to talk yet, but I'll say what Loki did today was I'd made all my lunch, zipped up the lunch bag, put it on the kitchen counter like always, and was like, I need to go to the toilet, went to the toilet. By the time I come out the toilet, the lunch bag wasn't on the floor, it was still on the counter but moved, unzipped, and the bananas were gone and eaten.
That is an impressive dog you have bred.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the unzipping that gets me.
Dog wraps a human hybrid.
Yeah, yeah. You've played Cut the Lamb, though. You've done that
I
a
have
little
been
bit.
playing. Yeah, I'll Cult of the Lamb. Yeah, I've played a little bit, but this week probably no more than an hour here or there.
Yeah.
And I may have watched an episode of Law and Law SVU, but really, I haven't done much else. It really has been a bit of a lemon of a week, really.
Oh.
And panic editing the variety show.
Yeah, I've been playing Cut the Lamb. Lots of it. Probably about half an hour at least every night before I was going to bed. Oh, my God, dog's now got a squeaky toy.
I'm so glad I don't edit this one.
God. Yeah, so it took me all week to generate 26th sin. So because I wanted to get a
Sin Watch.
Sin Watch. I wanted to get a particular, what is it, a gown? What's the thing that
The cloak.
The cloak thing that the lamb wears, and you spend 10 sin. I got to 20 because for some reason I thought I had to spend 20 on it, but it's actually only 10.
Right.
That you start with a blunderbuss every time. So I got that. So now every time I go in something, I will start with a blunderbuss.
Nice.
Which is good because I quite like the blunderbuss. It actually makes some of the smaller, more annoying enemies a bit easier.
Right, okay, because the doctrine that... It's not doctrine, it might be the doctrine. Whichever bit I've unlocked, I now start every map straight away with 4
I've got that
tarot
too.
cards.
Yeah, I did
it's
that
just,
one.
I thought, I'll choose that one. It makes so much more sense than going around and finding the tarot card by tarot card, because it's almost... You're going to end up with those ones anyway.
That's the cloak. I think that's one of the cloaks.
You're right,
Yeah,
it
so
is.
now
It's-
I won't have that because I've chosen this blunderbuss one, so I'm going to see how I get on with it. Breeding them like mad, that costs sin. Upgrading the temple, so now as you saw it looks like a horrific hell bone palace. That cost a lot of sin.
It's feeling very cultish.
Yeah, I've got lots of fire totems, all kinds of stuff going on in mine. There's a lot of sex, a lot of drinking. And the little fuckers, when they drink those, they fight. So they fight each other, so I'm breaking up fights all the time. They damage ornaments, they'll destroy them. So I'm going around repairing the ornaments that they're destroying.
It's such a weirdly lovely game. It's
Yeah.
just got so much to it.
But it's not annoying.
No,
That's
God,
the
no.
thing. When all those things happen, you go, another fight between the two really adorable fox things.
Don't get me wrong, in the early stages like I am, it does get a bit draining. You come back and your faith's down at the bottom. They're all hungry. They've shit everywhere and your toilets are full up. But I've got to that kind of point now that I've got past that initial phase.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel as much of a slog anymore. So as much as I enjoyed that initial slog, it's a bit more calmer now, and I can enjoy doing the dungeons a bit more without thinking I've got to try and finish this in 7 to 8 minutes each time. Otherwise, I know I'm going to go back to just all hell on earth.
When you've got about 12, 13 followers, it's like the sweet spot because you're not really going to lose enough faith. Everyone's working. You've got stuff going on.
They're certainly working in my world.
Yeah, we know they're working in yours. So, you're not going to come back to a mess. It really only gets to know, like, there's a point in the game you have to have 20, which I can't get over 17. They keep fucking dying or something happening,
Yeah.
So I at the moment can't get past 17. And it then starts to feel a bit more like the beginning where you have to really manage the faith because you get people like starting to be funny, being naughty, fighting each other, and all of their bad traits really
start coming
affect
out
a bit more. Yeah. But so lots of Cult of the Lamb. I've spoke a lot about Cult of the Lamb. We've watched all of Daryl Dixon, which is Walking Dead.
Oh, okay.
So they've done some spin-offs. I think I said how I watched the Rashon and fucking whatever the main character from Walking Dead is. They did one. Oh my god, they're now fighting.
They are real characters tonight. They're normally good as gold. One of them's normally down by my feet, quite happy. The other one's on the sofa or with you. Tonight they're just acting up.
It's because she took Link for a run. So he's come back, he's all hyped up.
Yeah.
Whereas we'd normally have done it earlier, so they're knackered by that point. And then we'll watch the whole of the first season of Daryl Dixon, The Book of Daryl. It was brilliant. So he it's a bit unrealistic. Unrealistic in a zombie thing. He ends up in France. So he's gone from America to France.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, how have you got to France? For a lot of the series, like, how did you get to France?
Yeah, zombie apocalypse, none of the world exists, but you just so happen to manage to have an aircraft or a boat that's got enough fuel, food supply, and talented people to operate that vehicle to get to France.
Well, it's a big tanker in the end, and it does explain it all, and it is actually quite believable.
Fine.
So in the end, it makes sense. But for the first few episodes, you're like, come on, you just wanted to do this in France. And then we started the season 2 of it, which is called The Book of Carol, which is like his best friend. Daryl and Carol is a bit funny that they're similar names. But we didn't realise they're not all out yet, so we've watched 2 episodes and now we've got to wait every Sunday, which is frustrating because only 6 episodes. But then there's another one, which has got 2 characters. Negan, who's a massive character in the series, a real bad guy, and one of the girls. I'm so bad with names, I don't know. And we just started that one. That's got all the episode out, and that one's set in New York. Her son's been taken hostage. So she's getting Negan because the person who's taken her son hostage was part of his gang when he was the leader of the gang. So, and they hate each other because Negan killed her husband.
Oh, okay.
With a baseball bat in front of her. Great episode.
Family-friendly show.
Family-friendly show. Watch it with your children. That, I think, is it. Yeah, so lots of zombie stuff and Cult of the Lamb. I think that's it. Oh, and a lot of writing. I've been writing.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that writing.
Yeah, writing. It's the curve we like to learn on, the learning curve.
Season 1, episode 16 of Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah, it's the last episode of the season, right? It's episode 16 is the last episode of that season.
I don't know. Let me have
it doesn't really kind of end like a season ending, but for some reason
it doesn't.
Paramount kind of offered it to me like it was the last episode. Oh, thank you. The dog's just passed me a really wet, squeaky toy.
Lovely. You know what? I'm just having a quick look here. Episode guide, season 1. Yeah, okay. What is going on?
Is it the last episode?
So this says season 1, episode 15 is Learning Curve. But all the web pages say it's episode 16. So I'm guessing is Caretaker a 2-parter?
Yes.
Yes, 1 hour 31. So that'll be why then. Okay.
So
yeah, so it is the end of the series.
Right. Okay.
And then we come on to episode 2, series 2, which is more like it, which is up to 26 episodes.
Obviously,
and it ends with a gap in the middle between episodes like the one where Picard gets turned into the Borg and so on. And I would
like a
wonder
mid-season break.
I do wonder if they do that because season 1 of Voyager was, is it going to be hit or is it going to be miss?
Yeah.
Is it too much? Sending him out into the Delta Quadrant and making it all depressing, or so maybe they didn't end it with that kind of typical ending of a season because they thought it's not going to happen.
It might not happen, yeah. But all in all, I enjoyed this episode. It was odd. Kind of weird kind of parts to it.
I've got a lot of notes on it.
Not so much about the cheese.
No, the
Disappointing.
cheese is a really, 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 really small bit.
Yeah. Considering it's all the cheese's fault, it's actually quite a small part of the episode.
And scarily, I'm going to say, Neelix isn't as annoying in this episode as he normally is. I actually got more annoyed with Tuvok through this episode.
Yeah, Tuvok was frustrating. Yeah, it's really full on Vulcan dickhead, isn't it? Like, it's so obvious why what he's doing isn't working, and I actually really think a Vulcan would notice that that was the reason. It was something he was doing. He'd logically be like, okay, what's happening?
Occam's razor. The simplest answer is the answer. Or not the simplest answer, that's not Occam's razor. Occam's razor is when all other avenues are gone, whatever's left is probably the answer.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's Occam's. Anyway, but yeah, the answer is...
Oh, just cut it.
He would have bloody well worked out what he was doing wrong. Not just gone and sat miserably near Neelix alone.
Yeah.
Just, no.
Sitting there all broody. Because he's not half human. He's full Vulcan.
He's full-on Vulcan prick.
Yeah. So maybe he would have gone
in his tight training uniform.
Yeah, he might have gone and meditated. I think realistically he would have gone back to his quarters and meditated on and thought about it, and probably overanalyzed the whole situation and gone, okay, well, remember, 2 of them are humans. One's a weird blue guy with a zip down the middle of his head, and the other one is Bajoran.
Yep.
So it's like, well, they all got emotions. They're all, What could this possibly be? Oh yeah, it's me. I'm the twat.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to do a quick brief rundown of the episode, or do you want me to do the rundown?
No, I could do it. So things start going funny with some. I've got it written down in here. Some
biogel.
The biogel packs, which they're using to run most of the ship's systems. They start acting up. Tuvok catches one of the Marquee crew members fixing it, and he's not been told he's meant to, which is against the Starfleet rules. And it turns into a whole thing about loads of the Marquee being kind of re-taught how to do things the Starfleet way by Tuvok, probably the worst person to do it. It felt like it was a punishment to him, I'll get to that later, but that's what it felt like. Yeah. He was the one getting punished.
It's teaching the Marquee people to suck eggs.
Yeah, essentially.
Who takes the socks off?
And then there's a little side bit about Neelix making some food.
Yeah.
And making his own cheese, and it turns out
that's what's caused everything.
Is causing these packs to go get a disease, a virus or something, and then that's what's wrecking all the system. That's essentially the episode.
Yeah, 100%. And then the final part of the episode is the turnaround of Tuvok, basically.
Yeah, which probably lasts all of one episode, probably.
Oh, 100%. And we'll probably never see those other characters ever again, or they'll die in the next episode.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
We had an away mission, we lost them all. Oh, well.
Yeah, it would be good if... What would be a really good thing is if crewman Dolby was a returning character, but only a bit character with Tuvok. Seeing him having a drink with Tuvok in the canteen. Things like that. Seeing actually they've both turned around and become friends after quite a not a good relationship that they have. I think that would be a nice touch to not even have to register it for people who have been watching the series all the way through. Maybe in like season 3, he just has a pan shot and it's them two just having a drink in the bar. That would be a nice thing. Maybe they do it. I doubt it.
See, I'm absolutely horrible. I'm personally thinking, as Tuvok, and realising that Dolby now knows his weakness and has seen a nice side of him, I'd be issuing him with every dangerous mission that comes up. Just have Dolby go, well, he's picking on me, isn't he? He's sending me for every dangerous mission. I've been on holodeck cleanup duty now 30 times this month.
Yeah.
One a day.
Yeah. Or like...
And it's Pomfar.
Yes. Or Or be like, it's Tuvok's birthday and Dolby throws him like a surprise party and Tuvok's like really flustered and you get one of those moments like it's some American sitcom of just Dolby going, oh, that's so Tuvok. Do you know what I mean? Like an old friend just like, ugh.
Spoilers, I don't think we ever hear of Dolby ever again.
I don't think we do either.
I think
IMDb will probably say.
He gets flushed out into space at some point,
Yeah.
never to be seen again.
Right, let's get on with it.
Accessing library computer data.
So, as a wonderful episode for any Voyager should start, we start in the holodeck.
We do. I've got lots of notes on that. Now, I'm very, very, very quickly looking at Dolby now to see, did he oh God, he was in The Happening and in Vanilla Sky. Oh, and Salt.
Really?
He was in quite a lot. For such a shit role he had in this, he's actually had some good roles.
What I would like to know about the holodeck, I feel like most of the holodeck stuff is always Victorian times or mafiosa kind of time periods. There's a massive period of time between them and 26, 30, whatever the fucking hell Star Trek is in.
Once. He plays Dolby once.
Okay, so he's never back again.
So, yeah, okay. Right. So the notes I've got on this is, what is the obsession? So it's obviously we're on the same wavelength here. What is the obsession with going back to the old times?
Pride and Prejudice. They all want to be in Pride and Prejudice.
Is the future that bleak
Yeah.
for all of Star Trek, Next Generation Voyager, that they look forward to going back to a time where basic illnesses killed people daily? Oh, little Timmy's got the cold. I will be dead by tomorrow.
What is oh God, this is gonna fucking. I'm gonna have to cut all this with me just going
What are you looking for?
Consumption.
Oh yes, she died of consumption.
They've all got scarlet fever, so it's got.
Oh, so Scarlatina at that point. Scarlet fever, yeah, it was either or German measles.
Yeah.
But the thing is you're right. They always seem to go back in time, and I just think it must be so miserable that they go back to this time. And what's even worse, Henry and Beatrice, the kid actors they got were brilliant.
They were fucking great. Yeah.
They were really great. But Janeway says, "Computer, bring back the characters for Janeway program Lambda 1. Mm-hmm. She wrote this program, and she's written Henry to be a little shit, and she doesn't realise he's going to be a little shit. She's like, what are you saying to me? You programmed him. You programmed him in this Latin. Why are you surprised by this?
You saying that has now made me realise I never noticed that.
She wrote this program, yet Henry comes out and starts yabbering Latinist. That would be like me going, right, what would be a really good game? Oh, I know, Surgeon Simulator, but it's really, really realistic, and it really counts on me, and I'm going to get really invested in that game. I'm going to go in there and then realise, I'm a fucking surgeon. They're now asking me to do this complex brain surgery. I'm not going to enjoy this game anymore.
Maybe it's just she's got a folder on the server called Janeway, and she's been on the Play Store and downloaded this and saved the file as Lambda, whatever it was
and
called.
I bet she's got a folder for Jacote as well.
I bet she fucking hell. I'd hate to see.
And Tuvok.
I'd hate to see the extra server space they needed for fucking Dirty Kim.
I've also got here, how many gel packs does he go through a day? Kim, you've got to stop asking the computer to generate so many of those things. I've got, to be fair, I'd use the holodeck experience to work out some of my stress as well. My Latin's crap, is it? My backhand isn't, though. Kid goes flying across the room. I'm not going to get in trouble because you're a hologram.
And you know what? The perception filter was turned off because he noticed she disappeared.
Well played indeed. The perception filter must have been off.
Or set to random.
I hadn't even picked up on that. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because the girl disappears, and that's the first sign of the energy grid failing.
Yeah, and I've got, don't you just hate how power fluctuations just randomly wipe out a character of your game? Amazing, isn't it? Your lights flicker at home and suddenly your game's got no more end boss. You've just completed the game.
Yeah.
So, that was easy.
Yeah, easy. And yeah, so I think we are going to follow this episode bit by bit because it just feels like that's the right way of doing this one.
This one, definitely.
Yeah, and then so she starts moaning about her time and Chakotay's looking into it. And then we get the scene with Tuvok walking down the corridor I think he just speaks to Chakotay to go and check out one of these sections.
Yes, he's
in the
heading
area.
down there.
And there we meet the
Dolby.
wonderful crewman Dolby, who is doing a really good job, to be fair. He's found something wrong with a gel pack and he's just fixing it.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
wasn't asked to do it. He was walking past, as he says, so we just did it.
Now, we see the gel pack later, and we'll talk about that later, but we do see it come out. And as soon as I saw it, all I could think of, that looks like a spicy battery pillow. It's come out, it's black, it's swollen. It looks
Yeah,
like a
it
laptop
does.
battery that's swollen.
Yeah, it does, but it's filled with like blue soap, hand soap.
Yeah,
That's what it
basically.
looks like.
Now, I've got to say, this is where I start to hate Tuvok straight away.
Yeah.
So I've got... My initial thoughts are, it's just too fiery, isn't it? He literally comes out, Tuvok says one thing to him, one thing, and he blows his top and loses it at him. And then I thought, I'm thinking about this wrong. These people were rebel fighters.
Yeah.
They've been captured by the Federation with the idea that they're going to be put into prison. They're then recaptured a second time by an alien being who then puts them out in the Delta Quadrant, and then probably never going to see their family again, in their minds. So actually, I'd be pretty fiery if someone comes up to me and says, well, why the fuck did you do that? It's not protocol. When my entire life has been, I've been on a ship. If something needs fixing, whoever's nearest tries to fix it, because otherwise we all die.
This, again, is a failure of Starfleet.
Absolutely.
This is the failure of Starfleet. They've taken this crew in. I know it's all Voyager, so really it's Janeway's problem, or whoever is supposedly in charge of that aspect of the ship. Rather than just taking this crew, oh, you're an engineer? Okay, you go be engineer now. Put this uniform on. I know that you used to wear that really cool brown leather jacket and the studs on it, but now you're going to wear this uniform. Off you go. No, you can, okay, what you can do is if you want to leave the brig for the whole time we're in the Delta Quadrant, then you need to be part of the crew. The way you're going to do that is you now need to go through this re-education. You're going to get put in the stocks, and once a day I'm going to click a button on you and re-educate you.
Yeah, and we're going to... I like it. Nice Cult of the Lamb reference. I'll go with the Clockwork Orange. We're going to pin you down to a chair, we're going to put drops in your eyes, and we're going to show you horrible things and then teach you.
Yeah, and that's what they needed. So basically what really happens at the end of this, not at the end, but as we go through what Tuvok does, they should have done that, but nice, from the beginning. And if you don't want to do it, okay, then you stay in the brig, and you'll just be in the brig the entire time. And eventually they'll go, okay, I want to come out the brig. I've been in here for 6 years. I'd like to come out now, please.
I've seen enough people die. I'm pretty sure I'm ready not to die in here. So let's go for it. Yeah, it's just, it feels so completely wrong. And I'd be as pissed off as he was. It's like, literally, I've just saved engineering a job because I was here.
Yeah.
And now you're having a go at me. You're saying, and that really, I kind of pissed me off. But yeah, Tuvok later goes in, I'm not very far, but literally 1 or 2 scenes ahead of this, goes in and says, well, they need to be brought up to speed on because the ship can't run without protocol. Well, actually, it's running better because he went and did it before anyone realised and before anyone filled in Form 7AB on the bloody tricorder to say, can we send an engineer here? Oh, yes, it's been approved by the duty leader. The bureaucracy of Starfleet, I genuinely don't think, looking at it now from this aspect, I don't think Starfleet would have ever got out of our bloody galaxy, let alone to anywhere else, because the bureaucracy would never have let them.
Well, it's interesting as well because they put Chakotay, who was the captain of that ship, as the first officer. Now, that makes... Really, this is a really talk conversation about episode 1 of Voyager, isn't it? Kind of makes sense because it brings their crew into the fold.
Well, that was the idea, and that's what you got from episode 1. They basically said, we need a fair standing. So Janeway said, well, you'll be my first officer then. But
then they've put, B'Elanna Torres as the lead engineer.
But she wasn't. Don't forget, I think it's midway through season 1. She's not head engineer. There is no lead engineer. He dies.
Oh, God, I don't
So
remember.
it's her versus another engineer. And the other engineer's just, again, he's a real cunt. He's a Starfleet person. So basically, he's a complete cunt going, you're a marquee. You don't deserve to be here. I went through the academy. I've never been in jail, blah, blah, blah. I should be head engineer. and Chakotay puts B'Elanna forward for it, she doesn't think it's a good idea, and it's Janeway that persuades her, and Janeway eventually gives it to her. So yeah, you're right, but it's just weird.
But I kind of feel like with her being the lead engineer, she'd be okay with Dolby doing that because that's how they did it on their old ship.
And she trusts him because that's exactly from the old time. She trusts him. But you can't tell me, with all that bureaucracy, anything would actually run smoothly.
Yeah.
It wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't. If he saw that and was like, oh, this is broken. Okay, I now need to fill out this form to see if I'm allowed to do it.
Oh, shit. This Jeffrey tube's full of fire at the moment. Oh, I'll go and complete the form, go and speak to the duty supervisor, speak to the captain, and then I'll go and get the fire extinguisher. Yeah. Oh, no, they've told me that that's not my job today. I'm meant to be on holodeck cleanup, so I've got to go and do holodeck cleanup, and hopefully someone else will come and deal with that. It's rubbish. In any job, there must be some autonomy of the person.
Yeah.
They must have the ability to just do what they need to, as well as following protocol.
So these two have a big row, don't they? Well, it's
Yes.
one-sided row because Tuvok's just being a stoic twat and Dolby's yelling at him. And then we get Tuvok basically bitching about him to Janeway and Chakotay.
So hang on, we get to the bridge and Janeway moans, we've only got 47 gel packs in stock. First of all, who sends out a brand new ship with that little stock of gel packs? And secondly, who sends out a ship with technology that they can't replicate themselves to fix?
Now, can she not replicate it because they can't, or can she not replicate it because they have an amount of replicator rations? Because that comes up later, because they're rationing the replicators.
Yeah, true, but then you wouldn't say we've got 47 stock. They'd say, if we run out that 47, worst case scenario, it's going to go to even more rationing of the replicator because we need to make gel packs. It comes more across that they can't. Hence the reasons he says, not she's there, who says it? It's maybe B'Elanna says, why don't we move back? Oh no, Chakotay does. Why don't we move some of the stuff back to the old isolinear stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you've got the old technology, why aren't you already doing that when you've got 47 of these bloody things left? Mm-hmm. I would have got everything onto the old system at that point.
Yeah.
Before that had even happened, it's like, what's the riskiest part? Well, you know those blue things in the wall that really, if they go wrong, we all die? Can we move any of that to a different system? Yeah, we can. Let's do that then.
Let's do that, yeah.
It's like taking away the kid playing with matches next to the box of fireworks.
Yeah, exactly.
You do that. You don't just say, well, nothing bad's happened yet, so we'll wait a bit longer. It's the bureaucracy of it.
Yeah.
And then, we're in the office.
And they're moaning about Dolby, and it says, like, he's already been reprimanded for tampering with the replicators to increase the rations for his friend, which I was like, I love that. And then missed 3 out of his last 10 shifts.
Yeah. So I've got the hacking and the missing shifts is a problem. Yeah. I agree. That's a problem. But what really pissed me off in this scene, and again, I liked this episode, but a lot pissed me off as well. Tuvok, he nearly lost control. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He raised his voice. You're making it sound like he nearly lumped you and he got in your face. He's like, yeah, come on, bitch. I'll take you on.
Yeah.
No. He just he raised his voice and then stormed off. That's not losing control.
That's probably being in good control. He knew he needed to walk away from the situation.
Precisely.
Yeah. Else he's going to get death gripped.
Again, that comes up later.
And then, he has this bit I felt was really condescending. How they were saying that they needed specifically, I think they said a crash course in operations
to bring them up to speed.
Yeah, and I thought that is really condescending. Is that they know what they're doing, they just don't do your way of doing it.
100%. And I've got maybe bring some of the Starfleet team up to speed with dealing shit as it happens instead.
Yeah.
Which ship am I going to want to be on? If I've got 2 ships there and I've just got a crew of freshly trained Starfleet cadets, or I've got a ship full of marquee people who just do things as it's needed, I think I'd rather be on the marquee ship.
Yeah.
Because the Starfleet people are just going to go, what does the textbook say about that? The marquee people are going to go, shit, there's a giant fire there. Let's put it out. You keep flying the ship.
Yeah.
It needs that mix.
Yeah.
And you just don't get it. And yeah, you're right. It's really fucking condescending. Yeah. Bring them up to speed. Fuck off.
And this is where they decide that Tuvok's going to be the one who has to do the training. And I do feel like it's a little bit of a secret punishment on Tuvok.
Oh, 100%. Because they know that he's done this.
Yeah, because you can see Chakotay in the background have a big smirk. Where particularly when Chakotay is the one who has to pick the people, and I think he purposely picks 4 that are going to be difficult for Tuvok to manage.
Yeah.
You know, a young guy who doesn't want to interact, Dolby the moody bastard, the woman who's a moody bastard, and then the annoying chatterbox blue zip man.
Blue zip man.
Yeah. So, like, all 4 things that the Vulcan doesn't want to have to deal
100%.
with, he gets given.
What I've got here is it's like that saying, shit moves up, blame goes down.
Yeah.
And it feels like, yeah, Tuvok, you're blaming down there, but guess what? The shit's now moved up and you're dealing with it.
Was it it's you normally say that shit goes down because you're shitting down.
Yeah, but when it's talking about, so when you're talking in business,
right.
If you've got someone who you can't fire, you promote them.
Right.
And you promote them into the next level of job. And what you then hope for is they get that next level of job and they go, oh, it's time for a job change because I can get better money elsewhere with this job title. And off they go.
And they leave. Right. Got ya. Interesting.
So the blame normally passes down. How can you do it? Well, I can't fire them because they've technically not done anything requiring being fired. But if we promote them internally, they'll then get the better job details and they'll go and get a better job somewhere else. Even though they can't do that job, that's not our problem anymore.
Someone else's problem at that point, yeah. Saying that thing about these 4 people, we meet them in the next bit. And I actually quite like the blue guy. And I really like how they introduced him because they were doing the other 3. You didn't know there was a 4th. And then suddenly he steps forward right in front on kind of side on and just starts talking. He's like, oh, a little bit shocked there's other persons here. And he just talks.
But it's interesting because I take it he's the same race as the hairdresser in The Next Generation who always talks. Mm-hmm. So it's nice that they've kept that specific species or whatever you want to call race, sorry.
Yeah.
Not species, is race of person. They're chatterboxes. They're a pain in the arse.
Yeah, and I've always been weirded out by that makeup, that weird crease they've got down the middle of their whole head and face. I'm calling it a zip because that's what it kind of looks like. It looks like once upon a time their head would open sideways.
Bit like Independence Day.
Yeah, and have something in there to get you. Yeah.
I've got here, Janeway's probably made a mistake assigning this to Tuvok. I can see by the end of this, Voyager burning in the middle of the Delta Quadrant, all hands lost.
Yeah, and a big stack of forms that were filled out of being asked to do the jobs.
Yep. Now, I've not made any comments about any of the others. So what you're saying, Dolby's moody, Woman is moody, Blue Boy's just chatty. Bajoran, right, sorry. He's just a kid. He's at least fucking 30.
I wouldn't go and say he's 30. He's in his 20s.
Oh, he's not in his 20s. He's at least 30. He's got 5 o'clock stubble going on.
Yeah, when they could, he's just a kid. I wouldn't have placed him as just a kid. He's
no.
He's in college, minimum. Minimum is in college.
Unless he's maybe a little backwards that way.
Well, he's old enough to be on a marquee ship.
Yeah, but the marquee accepted children, basically.
Oh, right.
So rebel fighters were from being a child onwards. So if you could hold a gun, you could be a fighter, basically, sort of thing. Which is true if you look at any sort of the guerrilla warfare that goes on in some of the third nations of our world. Children often are grouped into that. So that's just a carry on from that, basically.
And I think Dolby says it. He's absolutely right. Completely insulting. Tuvok just insults them completely, whether he means to or
100%.
not. And they leave. Then they won't do the thing.
They're leaving. Did you spot what's in the background? It's not Mugwatch, don't worry.
No, what is it?
It's like, oh no, they still have those deadly wharf back-breaking barrels in service.
Oh, I didn't see those.
They haven't learned.
Oh, right. And funny you should say about Mugwatch, because it's now 12 minutes and 44 seconds in. Mugwatch.
Mugwatch.
We get our first mugs. Oh, and boy, do we get some good mugs here. We get these beautiful little tea cups and saucers that are kind of fatter at the bottom. They've got like a beautiful silver top to them, black sauce, like the saucer is like a black. It kind of looks like it might be matte. Really, did you notice the handles? They've got a weird shaped handle, and she was even
They're really
drinking
elaborate.
Yeah, and she was drinking it like she was drinking a posh tea, like she was from some, Jane Eyre novel or something. And then,
and let's face it, they would not have had that on the Marquis ship.
no. And then
She's like, this is the best thing that's happened. A good mug.
Yeah, and the dude's clearly he's drinking some kind of alcoholic drink because it's a weird metal pint glass-ish size.
Yeah.
With weird knobbly bits on the side, like 6 knobs on it. Really weird. Like looked like a tin bucket, but the size of a pint glass. Very odd. Really liked it. Squared bottom, but round at the top, if you noticed. Very nice.
It's a great design choice when they do things like that.
And then Tuvok comes in, right? By the way, they were all clearly empty. They could not act drinking them at all. Tuvok, right? I didn't get this bit. He comes in, he picks up one of those himself from the bar. It just happens to be on the bar in the behind. He doesn't ask for
Chakotay,
it.
not Tuvok.
Sorry, Chakotay, not Tuvok. Yeah, Chakotay. Yeah, I didn't see him ask for it. He just picks it up. It's just there. And then he tuts the blue guy off the chair. He
And
just
spins,
gets off it.
does his best
Does a
Riker
Riker
spin.
does a Riker spin. He doesn't step over it, but he does turn it round and sit back to front of it.
Yeah.
Starts talking a load of bollocks and then wallop, smacks Dolby in the face.
Yeah, so I've got go Chakotay. Yeah, because he basically says, oh, you want to do things how the Marquis do it, do
Yeah.
you? Or sorry, or should we say Mackie? Which is it? Because everyone else calls it the Marquis. Chakotay calls it the Mackie.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. So it's like,
Now, is that
it's
the
Marquis.
actor saying that, or is he
I think
kind
so.
of putting his own little swing on it?
I don't know, but that's the only time you hear it pronounced like that, when it's Chakotay saying it. So,
Interesting.
but yeah, he just then lumps Dolby and goes, so this is how you want to do it, do you? Okay, well, I'll come and do this every day.
Yeah, just I'm going to beat the shit out of you every day. Do you notice how out of breath he was after that one punch?
Yeah.
Like, is it the adrenaline or overacting, or is he that unfit? He walloped someone one time, one punch.
Maybe he's wrecked over it. He's like, oh God, I've missed this. I miss being on my Marquis ship.
Yeah,
Mackie
Mackie.
ship.
I wish my Mackeys, I missed them. Yeah, and he's massively out of breath.
And then suddenly we're back in the, not loading bay, but
It's a hangar bay or
in
cargo bay or something.
one of the cargo bays. That's the word I was thinking of. And Tuvok is just being Tuvok again. And I've got fuck the dress code, Tuvok. You're in the Delta Quadrant. It's not like school uniform in the UK. I understand school uniform being strict, and I agree with it. If you've got set rules in school, it's going to teach your child that when they go to work, and work says, by the way, we're not going to accept you coming in a crop top, tiny mini skirt, fishnet tights, and Doc Marten boots. We need you to come in smart office apparel. They're going to accept that. They're not going to come around and go, well, I never accepted school uniforms, so why am I going to accept this? It breeds the right train of thought. When you're in the middle of the Delta Quadrant, you're captives, you're being forced to do training. Let them have one little thing.
Yeah, well, I think school uniform does a lot of things, though, because it also, not all full bright colours, because so the uniform then isn't a distraction.
Gets rid of the distraction.
But also, it's a level playing field for the children that don't have.
The people that don't have
Yeah.
are the same as the people that have.
Exactly, and that's a real key aspect to it.
But fuck the dress code. You're in the Delta Quadrant.
And he does say a kind of a nice thing, is that you got a very festive headband, he says to her. And she's like, takes the compliment, and he's like, it's not a compliment. Basically, he's like, I'm joking.
Lose it.
Yeah, yeah. And I didn't see anything wrong with the headband.
No.
Just keeping her hair out of face.
And it was Starfleet colours.
Yeah, it matched.
She matched it to the uniform. Leave her alone.
Well, it had a slightly eccentric bow-ish on it, maybe, but really not that bad.
Blue Zip Man. You couldn't see what he was wearing. It was hidden.
Following the meme, it was demure.
Oh, demure.
Yeah.
Very demure, very mindful.
So I think that she was fine. And that's the only thing he could pick out from her.
Yeah.
And I don't think he should have told the Bajoran to get rid of his ear thing. I think that's a religious symbol for the Bajorans.
It is.
Because they don't care on Deep Space Nine.
You need to watch Deep Space Nine because they do kick off about it. And Sisko goes, no, if that's part of your really, basically, I need you to be on my side. You wear it.
Yeah. He should not have made her take that off.
No.
Well, what if Starfleet Customs was, sorry, you can't have pointy ears?
Yeah. So Vulcans, that's I'm so sorry. I know you say you had it sorted, but that's about 3 degrees of a point
He
more
gets
than
his
we
compass
allow.
out.
So
Starts checking the angle of his point.
protractor. It's like,
That's it,
No, so sorry. Hang on, I'll get the scissors.
Do you want to cut them or shall I?
Yeah. One of us is going to, and I can guarantee one of us will enjoy it more than the other.
We'll be going home with the correct angled ears.
But yeah, it's just, I really hated that scene because there's just, I know it's to give us the idea that Tuvok is just still being this immalleable or unmalleable person, that he's not bending, he's not doing anything, he's just being rules.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt this was just too much. Even I would have told him to fuck off at this point.
Yeah.
It's like, hang on, Chakotay punched me in the bar last night. Can I just punch Tuvok? Because apparently that's how the Marquis do things. So he has kind of entered it as a precedence.
Well, also, if he wants to follow Starfleet rules, he should say to Tuvok, I'd like to make a complaint about the first officer. He physically assaulted me. Can I fill out the correct forms, please? Yeah, see, they didn't do that, did they? So yeah, we get that bit, and now they're in engineering, and we get to see a lovely shot of the sexy warp core.
Yeah.
I do love the warp core shots in Voyager. It's a nice looking one. It's Dolby and B'Elanna Torres are gassing.
Yeah, and they're looking at the gel pack, and I've got machine metal always looks good.
Yeah.
And what they've created with the gel pack does look really good. It's such a simple design.
Yeah, it's a great prop.
But basically some metal blocks, a hand sanitizer bag full of blue hair gel, but beautifully machined valves at the top of it plugged in. It just looks nice. It looks genuinely like something futuristic.
Yeah. And of course, they're chatting away and another bio-neuro circuit fails.
Yep. And guess what? She sends Dolby to go and deal with it.
Yeah.
Dolby, you go and deal with that. Yeah, no worries, B'Elanna. Off he goes happily.
Now, I've got a note here, cascade feedback. I'm not entirely sure why I've wrote that. It's relevant to some point, but I didn't write any more on my note other than cascade feedback.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of good kind of Star Trek words.
I think that's what it's
this.
meant to represent. I think it's representing this is a great scene, and there's another scene later on where they really get some good Trek talk.
Yeah, symmetric warp field, for example. We're going to do a plasma blast.
Yeah, we get some good stuff. And now, one of the best parts of the episode, we're with the Doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, at last.
I've got Kes can bugger off, but here's my favourite character. Welcome back, Doctor.
And it's a great set. The Doctor's quarters and the whole kind of that hospital-y bit of Voyager's set is brilliant.
And because we're still on season 1, so he doesn't leave.
Yeah.
He just stays where he is.
And he has a little joke. Where he says he says a joke about the patient. And they're like, oh, what is it? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, he's been told he needs to improve his patient manners. So he's chatting away to the gel pack like it's a real person.
No, because he starts talking about the patient. He goes, no, they start talking about the gel pack. And he says that you're not allowed to talk about the patient in front of the patient. It's a breach of etiquette.
Yes, that was it.
That's the joke. And then he says he's being told he has to cultivate a greater sensitivity to his patients.
He's talking away to the gel pack. Before they say, just stop it.
Yeah. But he's just great. One thing I noticed, the bit of the bed that comes over, they didn't put the fucking gel pack wasn't under it.
No, it's at the head.
It's right at the head. I was like, come on.
So yeah, that's not going to get scanned.
Where's the continuity guy here to not notice the gel pack wasn't under the fucking sensor? But maybe that's the point. Maybe it's the sensor can do the whole bed. Because if you think it's not over their face and it can do head scans and stuff.
Yeah, perhaps. Maybe it's more to do with the bed.
Maybe it sends a thing out sideways.
It could just be that's the display.
Yeah.
The bed actually does the scan from underneath, and that's just like the controls for what the bed can do and show you.
Yeah. But he does find the gel packs have got an STI. Essentially.
Well, here's what they call dick cheese sometimes. So Neelix cheese is an STI, ladies and gents.
That's what we
got
get
it
out.
here.
One of the best scenes in the entire show. They find out that there's an STI going around. And now we're back to
Tuvok having to train them again, and they're in I like the look of their gym clothes.
Yeah, it's a nice outfit, yeah.
The outfit's really nice, and I think we see them in a moment. I really, really, really like the trainers.
Oh, you do see a close-up version of them later on. Yeah, we're going up the ladders.
You see him a few times, and I'm happy to say IMDb to the rescue. The crew members are wearing modified versions of the Nike Air Jordan X.
Oh, that's why they're recognisable.
That's why they look so good.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, they're kind of black and shiny, don't they? With lots
Black
of
and
laces.
silver.
But yeah, with lots
Black
of
and silver, and then the rubber
laces.
sole is black and white lines, which
Yeah.
I thought just really nice.
So they're told they have to go on a 10k run, but the 10k run doesn't start until they've gone
Get to
through
deck
some Jeffries
13.
tubes. And they have to go to deck 13 via the mess hall, which is like, 20 decks in the other direction.
So, yeah, I like this, though, because he says it's a 13k run, and then in a moment, when we actually get to deck
10K
13, it's 10... No, so he says 13k.
No, I thought he said we're going on a 10k run, but it's on deck 13.
Oh, possibly then. Okay, no, ignore me then. But yeah, the Jeffries view, it was brilliant. He goes, yeah, you're taking the... No, we're going via the...
Yeah.
And I've got here, it reminds me of Elite Force. You're playing Elite Force, 1 or 2, and you'll get into a Jeffries tube or a corridor, and there'll be fire blocking the way. And you need to just get across from the fire.
Yeah.
But what you've got to do is you go up, down, down, up again. And then after 5 or 10 minutes of doing this, you're literally in front of the fire that you couldn't get past earlier. And that's exactly what Tuvok is doing here. And it felt absolutely perfect.
And we go through the mess hall, and you know what? More mugs.
More mugs.
There's a lovely glass. It's like I guess it's more like a tankard glass without a handle. Mm-hmm. I think I've seen glasses like it. They are literally like proper beer glasses with the what's the pattern on a football, like the hexagon kind of shapes.
Oh,
to it.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
one of those. So I think you could just get it in a shop.
It's classic pub tankard.
Yeah, but without a handle. And lovely glass.
You did miss the funny line, though.
What did I
So the
miss?
Bajoran's at the top of the ladder, and he stops, and the blue bloke's like, "Oh, you can wait here as long as you want," because he's dripping. And then the Bajoran's word, or is it the blue guys? One of them goes, "Maybe he'll slip and plunge to his
The
death,"
blue one said, the blue guy's Zip Man.
which is
He says
brilliant.
that,
Yeah. Tuvok says, "Why have you stopped? Get on going." He's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, maybe he'll slip and
Yeah,
plunge
I
to his
did
death."
like that. I did like that. And then they do their run, and then they find out. Now, I found this annoying because he says that he's increased the gravity by 10%.
And there's other people walking
and
around.
someone just walks fucking past, really jauntily walks past, like there's not 10% extra gravity.
It's like such a dick move. It's like, hang on. So everybody on that deck
Yeah.
is having to work harder because of you, Tuvok. Can you imagine if people are sleeping on that deck? They're in bed, they're asleep, and suddenly gravity gets 10% heavier. Your chest is going to be like, "Oh God, am I having a heart attack?
Yeah.
Why have I got crushing pain?"
But the other problem was he said he'd cleared that deck.
Yes. Yeah, there's people
So
walking
why
around.
is that person walking around deck 19?
And there's a couple because, then he tells the other two, "We lapped you at least 3 times. You've got to complete your run."
Yeah.
And then more people walk past.
Yeah.
So,
And then he walks away and doesn't even watch them do it.
no.
So they probably wouldn't have done it because I wouldn't have
hell
done it.
no.
Yeah. And now we get to see Mr. Kim because we're now in a transporter bay, teleporter
Dirty
bay, whatever the
Kim.
fucking it's called. And we get to hear the first utterance of the word "splik."
Schblick.
Yeah, which I don't really know what it is meant to be, but
No, it's just a weird
a
food
thing
group.
that Neelix.
But that's
puts
what he cultivates the cheese from, isn't it? He says he cultivates later when we see him, he's saying, "Oh, I cultivated the cheese through bacteria, through the schblick
Yeah.
that we got." It's also, I think, the first time we see a micro resonator,
Yeah. Yeah, I think
which
it's
is a lovely
yeah.
little device. I'm guessing all that would have been, I reckon that was a stud finder.
Yeah, probably.
And it's like, no
Yeah, and
stud.
he's using it to-
stud. And that's what caused it to go up and down, because I reckon that would be the easiest way to do something like that.
Yeah.
But again, why has Tuvok been such a dick about that?
Yeah, well, I don't know why he's
Go and
making
do it
him
with
do that.
a micro resonator. That's going to take you 26.3 hours.
I didn't get the point. What's the lesson?
There isn't one.
Yeah.
When there's kit available that does it in one go in 5 minutes, why would you not do that?
Because that's accustomed to a drill sergeant making you clean the bathrooms with your toothbrush.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? And is that what Tuvok's going for? Drill sergeant vibes? Because that's not how it should be.
If you're going to teach someone and say, sometimes you need to do things with a micro resonator because this tool might not be available, what you do is you set them up and you go back an hour later and go, how are you doing? Yeah, you've done a really good job on that. Right, you can do it with the big boys toy now.
Yeah.
You don't say, oh yeah, we'll see you in 26 3-point hours and make sure you do it.
Degaussing for the last 10 hours. You can now use the big machine. Yeah, just fucking dumb. And then they go and do a war game in the holodeck, don't they?
Yep.
Which I was assuming was going to be the Kobayashi Maru, but not
it's
quite.
Tuvok's version of Kobayashi Maru.
Yeah.
And it's such an arsehole training move to do. Okay. These are, we're led to believe, junior cadets at this point. They've literally come into the academy. So what does Tuvok do? He programs a declaration of war.
Yeah.
Because there's no mention that they're in the neutral zone. They're apparently in Federation space. They're going to go and aid a Ferengi and 2 Romulans decloak and start shooting at them.
Yeah.
That's a declaration of war. That's not exactly the first training exercise you should give someone who you've said is not up to speed with Starfleet requirements.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and obviously they fail it. It's a damaged Ferengi ship, isn't it? And then 2 Romulan warbirds appear and then they get blown to the sky. And then he's like, you're supposed to retreat.
Yeah. And yeah, to be fair, all of them are a bit over the top with, oh, at least we went out guns blazing. Yeah, but I think we all know that you're not just the only 4 on this ship.
That's the lesson.
Most people would have considered, I think, no matter where you're from, what about the other crew on this ship?
Yeah, that's the lesson. I don't think the lesson is that you should run away. I think the lesson is you should run away because you're not the only people on this ship. And then that will match with what Tuvok's point is, why he can't just go and change those bags because they affect other systems that other people are using. So yes, the right thing is to do to fix those bags, but the regulations that are in place, because we need to make sure what that does doesn't affect other systems which other people need or are using. And that's the lesson, but he's not teaching that fucking lesson.
You've pulled that gel pack out. What happened if that had been the one that was tied to life support?
Exactly. That's the real lesson, and he doesn't teach that lesson here. He's teaching them that sometimes you have to run away.
At all.
That's what he's saying. That I'm teaching you that sometimes you have to run away. No, what I've just said, that's the lesson, and that's what he should have been saying to Dolby. It's like, can you see my point that, all right, this is a massively exaggerated version of you pulling a gel pack out, but there's more people on this ship than you, and that's what Starfleet's about. We're all one team, working together.
I think that their training exercises need to start with the view screen, and it just shows them what's on board. So, welcome to training. Today on your ship you have 1,000 crew members, 200 families, and you also rescued 400 really fluffy, happy animals from Andromeda Beta 3 during a cyclone that was going on. That's your crew complement. That's what you've got to think about. Let's go.
Yeah, like I think Starfleet needs to allow a bit more automation between everything, but at the same time, it does make sense for certain things. I still think Dolby should have been allowed to change that gel pack, but anyway.
No, I agree. I think don't lay into them. Just say, can you remember, notify someone before you do it. So when the sensors suddenly go off because something's wrong, we don't think, oh my God, it's the end of the world. That's all it needed.
Yeah.
Just please give us a heads up next time. And you'd be fine.
Yeah.
But no.
Exactly. And now we get that moment with Neelix. So he's fucking sat there brooding.
Yeah, and I'd say Neelix is a better character than Tuvok in this episode, and I hate saying that because I hate Neelix. You know I hate him.
And Neelix makes it shows that Neelix is actually quite observant because he's like, I know, like, I see you're upset, and he was, I'm not upset, fucking Vulcan. And then he's like, no, you've got no tea, you've got no data pad, and you're sitting on the opposite side of this thing that you. So
it gives you the idea that Neelix really is actually a really good welfare officer, basically, because he's paid attention to everyone that comes in.
He calls himself a morale officer.
Morale officer. Yeah. Look at this flower. It's impossible to break, thanks to the miracles of plastic.
Yeah. I like as well he goes like this. onto Tuvok's arm.
Yeah.
It was like, oh,
Come and have a
Tuvok
look at
will
this.
not like that.
No.
But yeah, then he goes and shows him these plants, and he's
But
like
it-
bending a plant thing. And I was thinking, it's clearly plastic, but at the same time, like, you're not bending that very much.
No, but at the same time, it's actually a great analogy for
And
how
it is.
Tuvok's being. And I know
Yeah.
it's such a simple setup, but it works quite nicely.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that Tuvok's like, so what you're saying is the recruits aren't flexible. It's like, no, Mr. Vulcan.
Yeah, it's
We're
you.
talking about
Yeah.
you dick.
Yeah, that was a good little touch.
That was a really nice touch. And then obviously he pulls out the cheese.
Pulls out the cheese, and they're doing something with the camera, like a filter on that cheese, because it looks like it's glowing.
Yeah.
And you can see they're doing something, because when it kind of gets put behind the flowers, it makes
It
the whole
stops.
scene goes
Yeah.
a bit funny. Like there's some kind
I
of...
wonder if it's Vaseline on the lens sort
Yeah,
of thing.
maybe they've got a filter on the lens, because that shot just looks a bit odd, graphically. And yeah, and then that's when...
And then, of course, the man who can't understand, maybe I need to add a little bit of flexibility, immediately comes to 2 + 2 is 12 and comes to the conclusion that, oh, well, it's bacteria from the cheese that's caused everything. And wham, bam, we've then got everyone in Neelix's kitchen.
Yeah.
And, my God, the slow pan to the air conditioner.
Yeah, that looks up to the air conditioner.
It's, the bloody aircon, of course. Spreader of cold, mouldy air and Neelix cheese.
Yeah, so they've got the cheese in like a quarantine container, which is quite
A
funny.
portable something filled. But yeah, basically they put it in a security field on
Yeah.
its own.
And then he's got some Laurelian pudding simmering. Now, he doesn't know what simmering is, because that's fucking boiling.
That's boiling. And I've got exactly what you've got here. I've got the amount of fire they allow Neelix to have on a ship stranded years from home,
Yeah.
but he's allowed fire.
Yeah, obviously they don't have a shortage of like gas and propane and stuff. Yeah,
But, okay, it's a change in Starfleet technology.
yeah,
So, there's a TNG episode that they go to a planet and they rescue a load of colonists. And all these colonists are basically like 1950s or 1940s Irish people. It's an awful episode. It's terrible. And they put them all in a cargo hold and the fire alarms go off. And they go down there and the lead Irish man's basically saying, what the hell's going on here? We start a fire to cook some dinner and bolts of lightning come out of the ceiling and put out our fire. And Riker said, yeah, that's the fire control system on the Enterprise. Does Voyager have that then? Or have
Yeah.
they just disabled it?
yeah, exactly.
It's just, I just feel like because day one when Neelix basically steals Janeway's private office, he just starts a fire in there and no one bats an eyelid.
Yeah, and then we've got Torres says like it's not your fault. To Neelix, no, it fucking is. It is
It's
your
not
fault.
your fault, Neelix, while she's mouthing to someone else. It's his fucking fault.
Because it is his fucking fault. Who was? What's the problem? The cheese is giving STIs to all the bio stuff. Okay, who made the cheese? Neelix. Right, there we go.
Did Neelix
Fault
ask
found.
anyone the safe way to breed bacteria on a ship? No.
Yeah, is Neelix giving? Is Tuvok giving Neelix a load of shit for not following Starfleet regulations?
Oh, no, they're besties.
I don't think he fucking is he?
No.
Anyway,
So yeah, obviously then we end up in this horribly painful scene of Tuvok and Dolby in
playing
the bar.
Paul, yeah, fucking again. Looks like a stingy New York.
I wonder if that's
dive
the bar
bar.
scene that they use for the TNG episode.
Yeah,
I think it's the same one, just a different angle.
And why
you know.
Paul and not poker? You know,
Well, poker, yeah, exactly.
I feel like they could have done.
And they
poker
could have had
with
all of the
Yeah.
characters. He could have sat down and said, right, we're going to play a game of poker.
But really, this scene was all about him talking about the Bajoran kid.
Well, yeah, but I like the fact that, yeah, Dolby has this backstory and
He's got a horrible backstory.
he rants this backstory, and I really wanted Tuvok to say, yeah, well, I have a backstory too. I once killed a man with my bare hands while staring into his eyes, screaming. just to add to it, because it's horribly brutal what Dolby's going on about. It's like, yeah, I was a bad boy.
He's like, I've got a backstory. It really hurts when I bend over to the right hand side.
No.
Well, the thing that
Dad joke alert.
that Dolby has a real heart-wrenching story. He joined the Marquis because he fell in love with a girl, a Bajoran, who was eventually raped by 3 Kardashians and then had her skull crushed in by them. So he joined the Marquis so he could kill as many Kardashians as he could. Fucking yeah. So would I.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And I call them the Kardashians again.
And guess what? Tuvok, I've got my eye on your skull.
Yeah, lucky Tuvok, they weren't Vulcans. Yeah, and he has got that alone was enough reason for you to go, I understand everything about this dude.
100%. So yeah, that scene doesn't last long, funnily enough. And then we've got, of course, Kes has the answer.
Yeah.
I hate her. Her and Neelix are such awful characters in Voyager. I love the fact that she just turns into a little puff of light and fucks off one day.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that day because, sorry, she's there. She's what, 2 years old at this point?
Oh, yeah.
Let's not get into the whole paedophilic side of this horrible kind of scene.
Yeah.
She's still a humanoid life form who is reading books. But apparently she can outthink the fucking Voyager computer, which is what the Doctor is. The Doctor is not a sentient being. He is the fucking computer working out equations and answers. But Kes can beat him to an answer.
Yeah. Whereas he says it's the most pernicious infective agent he's ever seen. And basically, there's a virus inside the bacteria of the cheese.
Yeah, didn't I read somewhere once the bacteria can host a virus? My God, Kes, you're right.
Yeah. That would work as a scene if the Doctor wasn't a computer.
If the Doctor was Beverly Crusher.
Yeah, exactly. But
not the fucking computer. That knows everything about bacteria and viruses known to the human race at the point that Voyager left.
That is...
Which is the literature Kes has been reading.
Yeah, which really is the whole problem with all of the plot points with the Doctor.
Yes.
Not instantly knowing the answer to everything.
100%. Unless they kind of degraded his program on purpose to make him more human-like. It's like, no one likes a smart ass. Yeah, just take away his ability to diagnose something and make it like 48 hours for a diagnosis, will you? Yeah, I can program that. There you go. Right, now you got a slow doctor. Because, of course, that's what the Federation want. They don't want just a doctor and go, hello, what's wrong with you today? Yeah, that's what you've got. You've got space AIDS. Seconds and it's done. But no, we don't get that, do we?
Yeah, that's what she said.
We've programmed him, so it's like, I need 2 days to work out what's wrong with you. It's a broken leg, doctor. No, 2 days. No, my leg is at the wrong angle. It's broken. No, 2 days.
Wasn't it that? It was that Worf episode, wasn't it, where he got his back broken?
Oh God,
with the suicide one, and then the next episode he's walking around fine. Yeah. And then we worked it out, didn't we, in star dates?
It hadn't been even a few hours.
Barely a time at all when he was totally fine.
Yeah, so Doctor saying it's going to be months of rigorous.
Yeah, it was like a few days.
Yeah, it was something like 2.5 days by star dates.
Excuse me. Yeah. Well, anyway, they find out the way to get rid of any good STIs. You just make it hot.
Oh, well, no, we're not there yet.
Are we?
No, so he's still trying to work it out. So then we've got them in the cargo bay again. We finally see Tuvok below the waist. And we see that Tuvok is packing.
Yeah.
And they're in the cargo bay, ready to do the next thing. And that's when shit starts going wrong again.
Yeah.
And we're up on the bridge and we find out that life support's been compromised. The gravitational plates on another deck 15, I think, have failed. So people are obviously floating around on that deck at that point.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just floating around. Everything's really bad on that deck. So that's all going on. And then, yes, the Doctor and Kes work out that, well, the gel packs can't do what a human body does, which is fever. So we need to get it hot. So then these four have lost their communication ability, so they don't know what's going on, and shit's just exploding around them. So what does Tuvok do? Youngest one, climb that ladder on your own.
Yeah,
There's no one holding the ladder or supporting below, just in case you fall off. And I know explosions are going on around you, but I'm sure it will be fine. You go up there and see if that computer's working.
It's an interesting thing, because obviously this was filmed before, but you can't have a sky engineer go up a ladder without him drilling it into a fucking wall and putting on full mountain climbing gear to go up a ladder, right? How on earth does Starfleet regulations let him go up that ladder?
while shit's going wrong.
Sheer vertical,
Yeah.
firstly. No hand guards or anything kind of guard.
But you can even see Dolby's below him. He's like, okay, he's going, I've been called over. Okay, I'll run over here now. It's like, you didn't want to leave him going up on that ladder on his own.
No buddy system on that ladder.
And let's face it, that was on the studio set. That was at least a 1-story climb on the studio set as well. So that's...
another failure of Starfleet. Another one.
Yep, and then we're back to the bridge, and it's like, Trek talk, arousing, symmetric warp fields, plasma blasts. And we get all that crap, and B'Elanna's like, it's still not hot enough, Captain. So, Mr. Paris, basically, you've got permission to redline the engine, put your foot down, really give it a good rev.
Yeah. And everyone gets really hot.
Life support has obviously failed at this point.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, I am going to bring this up here. These ships really do kill you quick when life support fails. Mm-hmm. What happened? Because back in the era of Apollo 13, the failure who ended up going around the moon and coming back and having to spend a large portion of that time in the lunar lander, because that's the only place that they had that would be safe enough to possibly survive, they survived for a lot longer. Voyager, 10 minutes of time without life support, and they're all nearly unconscious on the bridge, fast asleep and dying.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I mean, this room, if you sealed off this room, we'd still have a few hours in here before carbon monoxide poisoning was going to start causing us a problem.
Yeah.
But not on these ships.
No.
It's really bad.
It's interesting, isn't it? How they all just don't instantly want to just die.
It's life anti-support. If life support fails, we've got a problem because the ship does try to kill you. It does
they set...
It just turns on the fans and sucks everything out.
Yeah, exactly. Life gets sucked out the ship. But they had a lot of good Trek talk, though, leading up to that plasma burst stuff. There's a real good section of Trek talk. Everyone's getting hot. Garen gets knocked out. Garrett, I can't remember what his name is. He gets knocked out.
Dolby tries to rescue him, but
Tuvok kicks him out
and puts him in an arm lock and says, I will break your arm if you continue with this, for the greater good, for the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, which is the whole Spock thing from Wrath of Khan. Mm-hmm. Throws them in and then closes it behind them without getting him himself. What a surprise.
The joke of this whole scene, he spent so long arguing with Dolby, they could have all just gone and got him. They could have just
gone him safely.
All of them together gone and got him and been fine.
And proven that teamwork is beneficial. Mm-hmm. Instead, Tuvok martyrs himself, nearly dies doing it.
Then he doesn't actually even save him. Because they both collapse.
He fails miserably because he's wasted so much time.
All he does is get him down the ladder.
And then the other three do good teamwork, saves him, and I've got, oh God, such a fucking flip-flop. It feels more like Dolby suddenly now going to say, Tuvok, I'd be honoured if you'll be the godparent to any of my future children.
Yeah.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah. It's not warranted.
It would have been purely, I've got mutual respect for you. Thank you for going back for him. You know how I feel towards that character. I still don't like you, but I understand why you're doing what you're doing now, and I agree that maybe there's a benefit to working to Starfleet. But instead, it's full-on Happy Days finish of everyone's happy, let's go to the pub together.
They should have done it. If they're doing it with Tuvok doing that, he should have actually saved him. He should have actually have got him out, or at least to the door, and then been trying to open the door, and then they get the door open and pull him out.
100%, because then you could have a scene where they're thanking Tuvok, going, thank you so much. I didn't think... And then have him say, well, I understand now that being inflexible isn't going to benefit. And then they can say, well, we understand being inflexible actually can benefit as well. And then you can have that bit then. Or even not even have that, just have them thanking him and then have a really quick ending bit with him reporting back to Janeway. And she said, well, do you think they're going to make it? And he says, I think we've got a better chance, or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't even do any kind of Trek bullshit by saying, oh, yeah, well, I did it because Vulcans actually don't need to take as much oxygen as humans, or we've got a better tolerance to this chemical. So rather than explain that to you, I kicked you out and then I got him and I knew I would survive.
No, because they screw that up by saying the need of the few outweighs the need of the many outweigh the need of the few. So him saying that one line means he should have got in with them.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have gone back then to go and rescue him. We didn't even get the idea of him starting to go through it, because they could have even done it. He starts to enter it and then second guesses himself and then goes back. Instead, he threatened, I'm going to break your arm, get in there, and closes it straight behind him. So he already knew what he was going to do, but gives that shit speech about the needs of the many and the needs of the few. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then, as I say, it goes to sickening flip-flop how much they all are really chummy and friendly and love him all of a sudden. No, it just wouldn't be the case. There would be mutual respect, barely, and thank you, we might not like you, but this meant something.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be, oh, brilliant, come on. No, it was a bad ending.
Transfer complete.
Right. So, yeah, I think it's a good episode. I did enjoy it. The thing that makes it not a brilliant episode is Tuvok, and he is the sole reason. The way his character is, and also his character brings in every single plot hole or problem with the episode. It's all centered around him. I would never thought I'd say it, but it needed more Neelix and Neelix cheese. I really was hoping that it was going to be more like zany mental episode.
That's why I think we both forgot about Neelix cheese.
Yeah.
Because Lower Decks brings it up like it's this huge kind of storyline to that episode. And it isn't. It's actually the sub-storyline. It would have been a better main storyline, and the sub-storyline being the training and having someone like B'Elanna having to train them because she's been promoted to an actual Starfleet rank. She should have been left in charge, and the sub-story should have been her trying to persuade them. She could have slapped them about saying, because that's more like her. That's more like that angry Klingon blood that she has. So she should have been the one slapping them back, going, oh, you want to be like the Marquis? Then I'm going to treat you like the Marquis. How do you like it? Now you can see how Federation treats you. And she could have been doing it. And then the Neelix cheese could have been so much more.
Or I'd have had them as two separate episodes. I would have had that as its own episode. And the Neelix cheese being a holodeck mishap episode. Being maybe those kids go mental. Or just stuff like that. You know, the cheese, the bacteria of the cheese, or maybe it's a sentient virus.
Yeah, because I really...
that is trying to communicate them through the holodeck.
He's created a new life form.
Yeah, something like that would be really cool. It'd be really fun.
But yeah, they didn't do enough with it. And I guess I don't remember that episode at all.
No, I do not remember at all.
And Lower Decks, when all the cheese is coming out of the control panels, it just made me think, is that what actually happened in that episode? And then you realise, actually watching the episode, oh, Lower Decks really, really ran with it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because none of that happened.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame, yeah.
It doesn't deter from that episode, because I love that Lower Decks episode. Mm-hmm. But dear God, this one is... It could have been so much more. As much as I enjoyed it, it could have been way better.
Yeah. Certainly not my favourite one of Voyager, and certainly not the favourite episode we've done so far on doing these weird reviews, whatever it is that we do with them. But not the worst.
Oh, hell no. In fact, I'd say actually it made me want to watch Voyager a bit more, but the first few episodes of Voyager that I went back and started watching again, yawning, boring. Yeah. I really found them hard to get into. This one, actually, I didn't mind. So I'll see what season 2 offers, really.
Yeah. So I'm thinking pretty good. Shame Tuvok was so shit.
Yeah, pretty good. They could have done it in a completely different way, though, and had an outstanding episode.
Yeah. Who would have thought more Neelix would have made it outstanding?
Oh, jeez.
You should have said, oh, cheese. You missed a trick there. You could have gone, oh, cheese.
No.
So, next episode, I'd really like to do questions or just something rather than an episode.
Yeah, we'll do a questions episode if we get any questions. We haven't got anyone set up with the Trek Roulette, sadly, because that would have been quite a good one to do as well.
Yeah, no, I'll start with it. It's just because of things going on in my life for the next 2 weeks, pretty much.
Absolutely.
I won't have time to do an edit like that. And also, I can't really squeeze in trying to watch the show and other bits.
Okay, leave it with me. You get some questions. I will organise the other half of the episode.
Okay.
I might regret saying that.
You might do, yeah.
Leave it with me.
Okay.
Command functions are offline.
You still haven't learned it, have
Of
you?
course I haven't learnt it, TJ. Of course I haven't.
Okay. Deep breath, ladies and gents. The Untitled Trek Show is part of the Studio Channel 84 Indie Podcast Support Network. Studio Channel 84 has 4 podcasts associated to it. That is The Untitled Trek Show, Lightly Used, Who Takes the Socks Off, and The Variety Show. You can find out more about all of those podcasts on channel84.co.uk. If you head over to channel84.co.uk, you can find The Untitled Trek Show, and on our pages you'll find out more about the USS Shit Show, more about the show itself, and you'll find all our social media links. That includes TikTok, Threads, X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, all of those sorts of things. If you would like to email Rob, you can email rob@channel84.co.uk. If you'd like to email me, it's tj@channel84.co.uk. Or if you'd like to email both of us at exactly the same time, you can email podcasts, that's plural, so podcasts @channel84.co.uk.
Wicked. Thank you to everybody that helped with the shit show.
The last USS Shit Show was phenomenal. It really was fucking amazing. So if you haven't listened to the last episode, yes, and you're only joining us now, go and listen to the last episode because it's a fantastic ending to an ongoing story arc. Yes, it would be good if you listened to all of them at the beginning.
Yeah.
But even if you just go back to listen to the last episode, you won't regret it. It's brilliant.
Well, you've only got you've got the compilation, which is the first 1 to 5 plus the little ones.
Yes.
That's about an hour long, and then the episode called "The One That Went Wrong,"
Yes.
the one that I fucked up the edit on, or the files. That's episode 6 of the shit show, and episode 7 is last episodes. So there's only 2 outside the compilation.
Yeah. Which
And then we've
interesting,
got the
that
Christmas
episode
one.
6, as you said, it's the fuck up episode. It actually helped tie in a lot with how we
Yeah.
ended this story up.
I think I might have said at the time it expedited a lot of the story.
Which was good because it was that episode that afterwards we started talking about what we were going to do for ho ho ho
For Christmas,
Christmas
yeah.
episode.
So who do I need to thank? We need to thank Simon for taking over the role of the captain for our son from Who Takes Socks Off.
Yeah.
Obviously, Karen and Adam, as always, they do great work. Karen's on loads, and Adam's done absolutely loads
Yeah.
of stuff, and he's really good. He's
absolutely.
really, really good. Karen is as well. Big props to Adam.
They're all phenomenal, but I've got to say, really big props to Stiddy.
Stiddy, stand out as character for the whole thing. Everyone that's messaged so far has all gone, yeah, we like Stiddy.
Stiddy was good.
I'm gonna have to. I think Stiddy might want to do more. Maybe we'll get Stiddy back at some point.
I do hope so because he was asking about microphones and whatnot. So I think we've hooked him.
Yeah, and it was really good because he won't mind me saying it. Stiddy's like that in real life, so it wasn't a far shot from what he's like in real life. I think the character was made for him specifically. Well, I mean, I wrote it, so it was. And who else is in it? The Challenging Chipmunk.
The Challenging Chipmunk did, yes.
People
Jem, my
who
wife.
know Jem's voice won't recognise it because I manipulated it because out of her.
Yeah, so
her
basically
choice.
the reason she's the chipmunk on the variety show is because Jem doesn't like hearing her voice back record. I don't, but we do a whole podcast and we can't exactly change my voice for the entirety of it.
Yeah.
But for the bits and pieces that Jem does for us, we alter. So for the variety show, we just play about with the tone and the pitch. And for this, we did a little bit extra, which sounds amazing, to be fair. It was really good.
Yeah, and so thank you very much, Jem. And thank you, Valentino, Valencio, whatever you want to be called at any particular day. As always, love you. Thank you to you.
Oh, you're very welcome, and thank you to you.
Thank you to me. Yeah, that's enough of that. Thank you, everyone, for all the help.
You were so close, so fucking close. But of course, right at the end, you had to fuck it up, and here I am again, stepping into cover for you two twats. Flower from the A Pint of Cthulhu podcast. Thank you. Thank you so much for playing the voice of the anomaly. You went above and beyond with all your recordings, and the boys are incredibly grateful. Now then, I'm off. I've got to get my vocal trainer on the line. I've got a lot of work coming up. Peace out, dickheads.
And hopefully, if all goes well, the Christmas one will have even more people.
Oh,
there
it's
than,
going to. It's
or there'll
going
be
to.
a lot of AI.
I've built a few favours which I might start calling in.
Yeah, let's hope so. Love you, everybody. Thank you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Untitled Trek Show. This station is now shutting down and will be back in 2 weeks. May the Force live long and prosper inside of you. This was a Studio Channel 84 network show. To find more, head over to channel84.co.uk now.